We've now introduced JavaScript as a language. But why this language? Why is this the language that we're going to be using in this course? JavaScript is the only programming language that runs natively on any modern web browser. To be more precise, it is the only scripting language standardized by the browser ecosystem. Other languages exist, like TypeScript or Dart, but all of these languages, they still have to be transpiled into JavaScript before a browser can understand them. You may also hear of something called WebAssembly, which is a low-level binary format that allows you to write code in a number of other programming languages, but even then, those languages still need to rely or use JavaScript in one way or another, because that's the only language that allows you to tap into a lot of the browser APIs or functionality. For example, JavaScript has a number of web APIs that are exposed to it by the browser ecosystem for a number of functionalities. So for example, we have the console API, which we've demonstrated earlier, and this is a tool that we're going to be using a lot for debugging, for logging things into the terminal, and so on. We also have the clipboard API, which if you're familiar with the easy copy buttons that you see on a lot of web pages, that is what they use behind the scene to get this functionality working. If you're building a web application or a website that would run on a mobile device, you may also want to tap into the battery API, which gives you the status of the battery, how well charged it is before you start running a number of expensive processes on that browser. And then we have the DOM API, which will allow us to interact with the web pages that we have, and the storage APIs like the local storage, the session storage, and so on and so forth. All of these APIs are not part of the core JavaScript language. They're more like APIs that the browser make available to JavaScript, and we're able to tap into those to build something useful. That is why we often say that JavaScript is the language for the web. It is how we talk with the browsers, it's how we make our pages interactive, and it's really the only language that browsers can truly understand.